What's up? I have been getting so many questions, and you all know me, I love questions. My strategy is to respond, so I really love questions. I've been getting a lot of questions about this whole Lionsgate thing, and not to be the bearer of, well, it's not bad news, but to be the bearer of truth, Lionsgate for most of us is over. Depending on your latitude, depending on where you are in the world, in the northern hemisphere, for most of us it peaked last week or last weekend. For me here in Colorado, it peaked on Monday, yesterday, and I'm kind of feeling the hangover from it today. But there's a lot of other stuff going on in the sky that is causing what we're all kind of feeling right now. One of those things being the, what I've wanted to call the Great Conjunction, because I really believe it is bigger than the Great Conjunction back in 2020 was. We just had Uranus, the north node of the moon, and Mars conjunct in Taurus, which they still are. It's kind of on the downswing, I'll say, today. It's like moving on. Yesterday was the peak of it. Sunday and Monday were the peak of it. That's really what's causing us to feel the way that we're feeling right now, as well as the fact that we have an emotional wave transiting in human design right now. So there's a lot of just ups and downs that we're feeling because of that emotional wave. And I wanted to just pop on here and share that Lionsgate is not what everyone says that it is. It doesn't happen every year on August 8th. It happens on a different day every year. And when it happens for you depends on where you are in the world. So I'm going to show you guys a screenshot of how you can find it. And when it happened for you. So it's not a one-size-fits-all, as most of these planetary things are. This is why your geographical location for your birth chart in astrology and your body graph in human design are so important, because that tells us through the latitude and longitude what planets were in what constellation at what specific degrees in that place at that time of your birth. So there's more moving parts to this than everyone kind of talks about it as being. So I'm going to show you guys a picture. This is through, I believe it's called SkyMap 3D or something like that. And what the Lionsgate portal is, I call it personally a Sirius portal, because that's what it is involving, is the star Sirius in the constellation Canis Major. And I'm going to show you all, so just to back up a little bit, this is, nope, that's the wrong picture. So this is the constellation Canis Major, where the star Sirius is. And you can see it's circled in those red arrows. So I really don't know how it became Lionsgate, because Sirius is the constellation of the dog. Canis Major is the constellation of the dog where Sirius is. And what the Sirius portal is, what most people refer to as Lionsgate, is when Sirius rises with the sun on the eastern horizon. So what you guys are seeing here, what you're looking at right under where it says Canis Minor, there's that line, right? And you might not be able to see it very clearly, but there's like a little circle and has an E in it. That is telling you that's the eastern horizon, right? So when the sun and Sirius rise in tandem and alignment with each other on the eastern horizon, that is what activates this thing most people call the Lionsgate portal. It only happens one day a year, and like I said at the beginning, it depends on where you are in the world and the movement of the planets and the constellations of what day this is going to be in that year for you based on where you are in the world. Last year during this portal, this is when I really started diving deep into wanting to know what it is, because I've heard so many people talk about it. Oh, I'm doing this thing for Lionsgate, doing this thing for but what is it though? Like my line 1, I'm a 1-3 profile. My line 1 was like, wait, what is this though? I need to know, I need to investigate, I need to research like what this actually is and what it's about. That's also like the mad scientist in me, just like, well, why are we just following this trend? Like, why is this a trend? Where does it come from? And so the theory is that it was called and named Lionsgate because 2,000 years ago, when this event occurred, the sun was in the constellation of Leo, but as you can see now here where the sun is, so it's below where it says you can't see the C in Cancer, but that says Cancer, that's the sun. The sun in the sky currently is in the constellation of Cancer. So like Crab's Gate might be an accurate name, but that sounds weird. So I just call it Sirius, the Sirius portal. And like I said, for me in Colorado, it happened on the 1st of August, which is the date that you're looking at. I used the app SkyMap 3D to find this. I had to do a lot of like playing around with this app because basically this app is really cool because you can just like hold your phone up to the sky. It turns your camera into like a map of the constellations. And you can search for certain ones. So what I did is I went in there and I searched for Sirius B, found it. That's you see the red arrows around it. And then I like point my phone, okay, where is it? And then you can change the dates. So that's how you can kind of find it for yourself. It's gonna require a little bit of research. For my friend who is in Georgia, it peaked for her on the 27th of July. So there is quite a bit of range for what date this actually happens for you based on your location and more specifically like your latitude. So it's not the same uniform date for everybody across the world. It's not like this happens every year on August 8th, like that, it's not true. So I just wanted to come on here and share that and also share like some other stuff that's going on in the sky that is causing us to really feel the way that we're feeling right now. I wish I could like zoom out on this because it like really, anyways. So you can see at the bottom here, there's only 2 of those centers colored in right now. This is a snapshot of the current transits in human design. And you can see that that black line goes from the root to the solar plexus. That is the gate of synthesis, or I'm sorry, the channel of synthesis. So this channel is all about coming into a greater sense of balance and harmony and synthesis, right, with our connection to the material world and our connection to the spiritual world, and asking ourselves, am I living in alignment with my life purpose? That is what this time right now is all about. I just did an August energy update on YouTube and on my podcast, so you can check that out if you want to learn more about the energy of August and the transits of August. But right now, it's like a big time of just, I don't want to overuse the word activation, but that's really what's happening right now, is this activation of, okay, are you headed in the right direction? Are you doing what you're really meant to be doing? Are you really living in alignment with your heart and your soul? And if not, this energy is going to really shake you up. Like I said, this channel is the channel of synthesis. So this is all about synthesizing our relationship with spirit, with a higher power, call it God, spirit, the universe, whatever you want to call it, it's all the same thing, and our connection to the material world. So if one of those things is out of balance for you right now, you're going to experience this, it's kind of like, it's almost, it's like, okay, we're doing a puzzle, right? And we see this puzzle piece, it looks like it fits, but then we put it there and it doesn't fit. That's kind of like the energy of those of us that are not aligned with this fully right now and have that balance and that integration of our connection with spirit and our connection to the material plane and the material world, and sharing our gifts from spirit on the material plane and in the material world. And that's really what this time is all about, is getting clarity around what ways you can share your gifts, what ways you want to be sharing your gifts, and how you can start to really take small steps or take action towards that. Saturn is in this channel right now that's highlighted down there, the 1949 channel. Saturn is there. So this is all about discipline, commitment, having this kind of like lens of like, okay, of like judgment in a way that's like, okay, what's working, what's not working, how can I shift this, how can I make this more structured, how can I commit my energy more to the things that I want to do, right? That's the energy of right now. And if, again, you're not truly aligned with what you're meant to be doing, with what your spirit really came here to do, which is what our human design charts tell us, is this is why you're here, this is how you can operate as your true self. If you're not aligned with that fully right now, it's going to be a really tumultuous time. It's going to be a really, it's going to send you on those emotional waves. It's going to feel like you're either really up and loving life, or you're really down and like melancholic. So that's kind of the energy of right now. Oh, really? Haha, I'm feeling the redirection. Yeah, Josie, we're all feeling it. I feel you too. I noticed the synthesis during your class. Yeah, so I just did a class on the human design transits. And I talked about this a little bit of why we're all kind of feeling this emotionalness right now. It's because of this transit. It's only going to last for the next 2 days. Really great news about the transits. They don't last forever. They're always transitory. They're always moving. But this is really the reason everyone is feeling the way that they're feeling right now. This is the reason you're feeling what you're feeling and why you're feeling it. It's not because of Lionsgate, unless you're in a place in the world where today was the activation, or like the last 2 days were the activation. But I just wanted to share that, because it's going to be different where you are in the world. In Maya cosmology, we're in a transition also. Maybe larger, but still. Yeah, I was just talking to a friend about this, and she was saying that, we just go through these cycles where we're like, there's just these time periods that are really transformative. And I was like, yeah, that's because Pluto is in gate 60 right now, where you can see Pluto is in the root center. And with this definition we have transiting right now, the root center, we're feeling this more. We're feeling our own kind of limitations and what our truths are around those limitations and how we can shift them, how we can transform them. Pluto is all about bringing things that are hidden to light, bringing the truth that has been obscured to light so that we can transform it. You can't transform the darkness. You can't transform the things that are hidden if they're hidden. So Pluto comes around, and Pluto's transits are once in a lifetime. Pluto will never be in, after it leaves this gate in, I think, 2 years, 2 to 3 years, maybe not even that long. It might be a year or two. Don't quote me on that, because I don't have an ephemeris by me right now to tell me when that is. But whenever Pluto leaves this gate, it will not be back for another 280 years. So all of the things that are happening right now, especially the things that are happening with Pluto, are once in a lifetime. Especially if you are, Pluto is making some aspects to your chart, other planets in your chart in a certain way, like you're in your Pluto sextile or you're in your Pluto square. Like, that is not going to happen ever again. Not with Pluto, at least. We have planetary conjunctions, but this is so specific. Yeah, that's why I love human design. It literally is like so accurate, because it's like, okay, how can we measure the biochemistry and the genetics of what's going on? How can we accurately measure the way that we're receiving this information in our bodies and the way that it's showing up in our bodies? I wonder what the Lionsgate would be on the Mayan calendar. I don't know. I'm interested in that. I knew someone, I lived in Hawaii for most of last year, and I knew someone that did Mayan calendar, but I have not researched that myself. That's like a whole other beast. I have dedicated my life to human design at this point, and that's like, anything else is like, I can't. It's so helpful. Yeah, totally. I'm glad. And I was talking about this on the class that I just did on Zoom. We are in a time period right now, in a season right now, of what's our direction, what's our identity, and shedding everything that was hindering our truest form of self-expression and stepping into a new direction, like a literal new direction of the self. Like, as you can see here in the diamond in the middle of the chart, there's a 1 and there's a 2. That's where the north and south node are right now. The north node being in gate 2 and the south node being in gate 1. So we're kind of, with line 6, this is getting a little bit technical, but with everything that's transiting that right now and the way that it is, it's like we're kind of sitting on the roof and like observing, okay, what has worked, what hasn't worked, what are the changes I need to make, and how can I do that? And then the first kind of 2-3 weeks of August are just going to be about introspection and reflection and reassessment, so we can really make those changes and refine our lives in an embodied way, in a way that is going to stay with us for the long term, in a way that's, you know, going to be less scattered. So if you're feeling scattered right now, you're not alone. I feel you. That is just like the energy right now. And it's also just important to sit with that and to not make it mean anything about you or make it mean anything about your life, because it will pass in the next few days and as we get more into the month of August. But I really felt a shift yesterday. I was like, not only, I mean, the Sirius portal happened for me yesterday, but I was just like, whoa, August feels so much better than July did. Like July just felt like a non-month. It was just like, bleh. But August feels like, I just feel really hopeful already, having already been, or only being in the second day of August. I feel really, really excited about it. It feels like there's just a lot of things that are happening, even if they don't seem like they're happening for the highest good long term, they really are, and it's really exciting. Feels so much better. Yeah, yay, I'm glad you're feeling it too. So yeah, I just wanted to just talk to y'all about Lionsgate, because I've been getting so many questions about it. And for most of, you know, depending on where you are in the world, it's probably already happened for you. So, and then we have a full moon in Aquarius on the 11th of August or the 12th, depending on where you are in the world. That's going to be happening with Saturn. It's going to be conjunct Saturn in gate 49, which is the gate of principles. So we're really getting, you know, not only clarity around our own sense of direction, but it's coming in a way that's like, okay, what are my like highest principles, morals, values, and how can I live in alignment with those that I've defined for myself and gotten clarity around for myself during this time. It's in my moon. Ooh, your moon's in gate 49? That's gonna be intense. I think I have, no, I don't have anything in gate 49, but I have my unconscious sun at the other end of the channel, of the 1949 channel, and I've really been feeling an activation of my purpose. So I talked about this in my transit class, which is a part of my Astro HD membership. If you guys want to like learn from me in my classes, that is the place to do it. Let's see, what was I gonna, I'll just bring up, is this my chart? Yeah. So, oh, you can't even really see that, but I have gate 19, I don't have gate 49, so this transit has really been deeply impacting me and affecting me, and kind of like when it first started, like the first last 3 weeks of July were just kind of a scattered shit show for me, because I was like, oh gosh, this emotional wave. But yeah, I really, you can't even see what I was gonna refer to in my own chart, but I have, my unconscious sun is in Aquarius in gate 19, and so it is not activated unless there's a transit that is activating it, and this transit has been activating it, and I've really been feeling it. And it's not only propelling me in like a new direction and just causing me to get a lot more clarity around what I'm doing, but it's like, I just feel this pressure, because that's what a definition in the root will do. It's like this pressure to like act and to do and to make these changes and to take action, and like, but at the same time, you know, we have Venus in, I believe it's in gate 52 right now, or it was in gate 52. Let me see. No, it's in gate 53 now. But we just had Venus in gate 52, which is the gate of stillness. So it's like, you know, we've been wanting to make these changes, but there's still just a little bit more patience we have to nurture before we can really take that action. I want to make sure I'm saying that right. I don't have all these things memorized. I literally use my own ebook that I wrote as like guidance. And I don't expect anyone to have all these things memorized. If you do, like, wow. Okay, yeah, so Venus was in gate 52 at the end of July, and now it's in gate 53, which is like getting things started. So that's kind of why we're feeling that, a little bit of that conditioning pressure to get things started and to get things going. But there's also, through this emotional wave, right, that we have transiting, we have to have a little bit of patience. We have to have and cultivate patience through that process. And not be so like impulsive about things. So that's why we're all feeling what we're feeling. I personally don't think it's due to Lionsgate, because like I said, if you're in the eastern US, it happened for you last week and it's on its way out. So that is my little energy update. If you want to learn more from me and have access to the transit class that I just did, helping you understand how to apply the human design transits to your own chart and work with the transits, you get access through my Astro HD membership. So my membership has all of my classes that I've done stored in there. And then you also get access to any future classes I do for free. You can join on the live for free and have access to the replay in the membership. And my next class that I'm doing is teaching you all how to read your human design charts at the end of August. I'm really excited for that. And like I said, if you're a member of membership, you get free admission. So yeah, I'm really excited to help you guys understand your human design chart. It's been like a big request. And I often forget that, like, because I've been in this world for what seems like so long, I often forget like to go back to the basics. So I really appreciate you all asking me to talk more about the basics and the fundamentals of just like how do I read this thing? Because like having my ebook will really help as well, but it's like a whole other thing to have the visual and me helping you make sense of it. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. If you want to sign up for the class and you're not in my membership, then you can do so through my website, astrologyhumandesign.com. Actually, let me add that right now to my link in bio, and that will be an easy place for you all to sign up. Let's just make it easy. Make it as easy as we can, because the energy right now is pretty scattery. Okay, so that has been added to my bio. So if you go to my bio link, you can sign up for the Read Your Human Design Chart class. And I'll also be walking you through how to read the different astrology charts in there. It helps if you have a foundational knowledge of astrology, but my ebook will suffice, because that is a great guide if you're new or still kind of like learning about astrology or human design or both. The class will connect the dots, and the ebook will give you everything you need to be able to connect those dots. So yeah, all the links to those things are in my bio. Check them out. Follow me if you're not already. I appreciate you all. I will be posting this replay. So if you're just hopping on and you want to learn the title about why Lionsgate is over, I talked about that in the beginning. So come back when the replay is posted, and you'll be able to learn why Lionsgate is over. Listen to pod today. Oh, awesome! I love you all, and I appreciate you all so much. And I'm gonna go do nothing, because it's that time of the day for me. Enjoy the rest of your day, y'all, and remember to flow with the ups and the downs. They will be over soon. Much love.